Hello. In this problem, we will solve the second example. And in the second example, we have to find out the design strength. Design strength. We need to determine the design strength. So first we will read the problem and then we will try to understand this problem and then we will solve it. So in the problem, it says a tie member in a truss girder, a tie member in a truss girder, and the size of this tie member is 250 mm by 14 mm in size. It is welded to a 10 mm thick gusset plate by a fillet weld. So here in this problem, fillet weld is used. The overlap of member is 300 mm and the weld size is 6 mm. Size of weld is also given here, which is 6 mm. So in this problem, we need to determine the design strength of the joint. How much strength is there in the joint? And it says if the welding is done as shown in the figure. So here you can see the figure. So there are two plates which are joined using the fillet weld. It also asks what is the increase in strength of the joint if welding is done all around. So in the figure you can see welding is done on three sides, this side and this side. This side is not done. So it says if we try to apply welding on this side also, then what will be the increase in the strength? So first we need to find out the strength of this joint with the weld on three sides, and then we will try to find out the strength of the same joint if we apply the welding on the fourth side also. So first we need to understand the terms that are being used in this numerical. First term is the tie member. So now what is tie member? Generally, tie members are those members which are mainly intended to carry the tensile force. So generally, in a truss member, say if I make a truss, so there may be some truss member. Say for example, in this case, if there are forces acting on this truss, then there may be these member, this member, all these member may be either in the tension or in the compression. So if the member is in the tension, say for example this member, it may be in the tension. So in that case I will call this member as a tie member. Similarly, some members may be in the compression, say for example this member may be in the compression. In that case I will call this member as the strut, which means strut. So the member which is intended to carry the compressive force, sometimes they are called struts. And if the members are intended to carry the tensile force, then they are called the tie member. So it says a tie member in a truss girder is of this much size, 250 mm by 14 mm. Well, 250 is the width B and 14 is the thickness. Generally length is not given. So width of member is given and the thickness of member is given, and that member in the figure we can see that this is the width of this member which is being connected with this plate. So this plate is gusset plate. Now we need to understand what is gusset plate. Well, gusset plate is a general plate which generally used uh, to join different, I mean more than two members, two or more than two members. If we use a common plate where other members are coming at or meeting at a particular joint, so in that case, to accommodate all those members, generally if we provide a single plate on which those members may be connected. Say for example, in this case, if I highlight this joint, in this joint there are four members which are connecting on this joint, one member and then second member, third member, and this one is fourth member. So if I enlarge this member, then I can see that there is a common plate where one member is coming like this, the other member is coming like this, and other member, the third member, which may be coming like this, and the fourth member which is coming like this. So this common plate which is accommodating these four members is called the gusset plate. Now in our case, gusset plate is accommodating this single section. So we are supposed to analyze this single plate joint which is being connected with the welded connections. So now we will try to understand more this joint. Now if we cut this section along this, how it will look like? We will try to understand. It will look like this. So this is the gusset plate, and the other member which is being connected with it, it is looking like this. And there is a fillet weld, so fillet weld will be this one. Similarly, on this side also, it will look like this. And this value will be 250, and this thickness will be how much? This thickness will be 14 mm. Okay. And the thickness of gusset plate will be 10 mm. So this is the section. If I am cutting in this manner, say this is section XX. If I cut the same section like in this direction, say this is YY section, how it will look like? I'm again showing that. So it will look like this. And on this side, there is a fillet weld, but on this side you can see there is no fillet weld, so there is no fillet weld. And the thickness of this plate is 10 mm, which is the gusset plate. This is gusset plate, and this one is the tie member. Okay, and the thickness of this tie member is 14 mm. Okay, so now I hope now we understand this joint well. So we are supposed to determine the design strength of this joint. So first of all, what we will do is we will write the given data. Given data. So whatever data is given in the problem, we will write here. So first is tie member size. Tie member size is given, which is 250 mm by 14 mm. 250 is the width which I am representing by B, and this is the thickness of the tie member. Similarly, another data which is given there is the thickness of gusset plate. Thickness of gusset plate. It is given there, which is 10 mm. Then the next thing which is given here is the overlap. Overlap of member. So both members are overlapped. Gusset plate and tie member are overlapped, and overlap of member is 300 mm. I'm talking about this. So there you can see overlap is given, and overlap I'm talking about this overlap. So this overlap is 300 mm. Okay. So Other data which is given here is the weld size of weld is given. So I'm also writing this size of weld. And generally we represent size of weld by S. And this S is given here, which is 6 mm. So in the fillet weld, uh, size is very important to determine the throat thickness. So throat thickness can be calculated as, I'm writing here, effective throat thickness. So effective throat thickness, I represent this thickness as TE, and this is generally is K into S. I'm showing that in the lecture. The lecture also I have shown that how do we find out this. So there you can see K into size of weld is the throat thickness. And until it is mentioned that the angle is more than 90 or less than 90, we generally consider 90 degree. And for 90 degree, the value of K is 0.7. So 0.7 into the size of weld as 6. So this becomes 4.2 mm. So throat thickness is we have calculated. Now grade of plate, again in this problem grade of plate is not given. So as I mentioned in the previous numerical, generally if the grade of plate is not given, then we assume the grade of plate as Fe410. So grade of plate Fe410, and for this the value of Fu is 410 MPa and Fy is 250 MPa. Okay, so now grade of plate we have mentioned. Now in this there is no mention that there is a okay, yes it is mentioned assuming the choke welding. I thought that it is not mentioned. It is mentioned choke welding is done in this joint. So for choke welding I have shown this in the previous example also. For choke welding the value of gamma W is 1.25. Okay, so now this is the whole thing that we have written now, which all the data which is given in here. Now we need to find out what? We need to find out the design strength of the joint. Can we find out the effective length of weld using the figure? Effective length of weld. Well, yes, we can find out. In the figure you can see welding is done on three sides. First side is 300, second side is 250, and this side is also 300. So 300 plus 300 plus 250. So it becomes 850. So we will write here 2 into 300 plus 250, which becomes 850 mm. So 850 mm is the welding length which is which is being provided in the joint. So now effective throat thickness is already calculated. Now we need to find out the design strength of fillet weld or design strength of the weld. Design strength of weld. So design strength of weld, well here we are using fillet weld. So for the fillet weld, I will be showing you the formula that we generally use to calculate the design strength. So there, this is the formula that we generally use, PDW, FU, LW into TE under root 3 multiplied by gamma MW. So now we will write the same formula here. So generally design strength in fillet weld is represented by PDW is equals to LW into FU into TE and whole divided by under root 3 multiplied by gamma MW. So we will write here all the values. LW is 850 multiplied by 410 multiplied by 4.2 and divided by under root 3 multiplied by 1.25. Why? Because we are using the Shop weld, and for the Shop weld the gamma W value is 1.25. So now we will after calculation we get the value of PDW as 676.05 kilonewton. So this is the strength of weld if we provide welding on the three sides of the joint. So there you can see in this we have provided weld on this side, and on this side. The fourth side we have left just like that. So in this case the strength of weld is 676 kilonewton. Now in the next case, in the problem, it is being asked that what is the increase in the strength, what is the increase in the strength of the joint if welding is done all around. Now in this case, if we are doing welding on all four phases, on four side, this side, and on this side, and on this side. So all four phase, if we are doing the welding, then what will be the increase in the strength? So we know length, if we increase the length of weld, then strength of joint is increased. So now in the next case, we are saying if or when the welding is done on all around, then in that case what will change? The effective length will change and it will be increased. Effective length of weld so it will be 2 times of 300 plus 250. You can see here 300 from this side, 300 from this side, 250 from this side, and 250 from this side. Then this becomes 1100. So now that is the value which is being changed. So now if we try to find out the new design strength, which is PDW, under root 3 multiplied by gamma MW. So this becomes LW is now becomes 1100 multiplied by 4.2 multiplied by 410 and divided by 0.3 multiplied by 1.25. So now in this case, one second, I got the value directly in kilonewton. I forgot to multiply this with 10 raised to power minus 3. Then only we will get the strength in kilonewton. So in this case also, I am multiplying this with 10 raised to power minus 3. So in that case, the value is 874.89 kilonewton. So now you can see if we are welding on three sides, the strength is 676. If we are doing welding on all four sides, then this much strength will be achieved. Okay. So this is the numerical. Now I conclude this numerical. Thank you.